All right, hello friends. We're gonna get ready to do some math today. Yesterday and before we left school, we had started to sort by shape and by size. We also know that we can sort by color too. So those are a couple different ways that we've been sorting. Today we're gonna do a different type of sorting. We're gonna actually use sorting by counting things, C-O-U-N-T. We're going to count and sort. So I'm going to show you some things that I have in my kitchen. Right now, this is what we have. I have some bananas. I have some avocados. I have some oranges. And I have some apples. But the way we're going to sort today, because these aren't all the same fruits, so I'm going to adjust this so you can see them and you can hear my voice, but you're going to see what I'm doing down here. So just bear with me while I get this down here. Okay, I think you're going to be able to see. Give me a second here. Oh, I'll put my book up. All right. Not the best, but you're going to be able to see. Okay, so I have all different kinds of fruit here. They're not all the same, they're not all the same size, they're not even the same fruit, and they're certainly not the same color, nor are they the same shape. But the way I am going to sort today is I'm going to sort by counting. So the first thing I want to do is let's go ahead and count our apples. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 apples. Let's count our avocados. 1, 2. Let's count our bananas. We have 1, 2, and let's count our oranges. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we counted. We have 3 apples, 2 avocados, 2 bananas, and 2 oranges. If I want to sort by counting, that means I want to look for something that is alike about my groups. So let's take a look at the apples. We said we had 3 apples. Do I have 3 of another fruit? Yes, I do. I have my 3 oranges. 1, 2, 3. So both the apples and the oranges are alike because they both have 3 in their group. They're not the same fruit. They're not the same color. They're not the same size, nor are they the same shape for the most part. But what is alike about both of them is that I have 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I could put the oranges and the apples together and say that those groups are alike because they both have 3 in them. Now let's take a look at the bananas. 1, 2, and let's take a look at the avocados. 1, 2. Are they the same fruit? Nope, not the same fruit. A little bit of the same color because they're both green right now. That's the only kind of bananas I can get. But they are not, and they're certainly not the same shape. But what is alike about the 2 of them is that I have 2 avocados and I have 2 bananas. So that is a way that I can say that these 2 groups are alike by counting. So today what we're going to do is we're going to focus when we sort, we're going to sort by counting things. Okay? All right, so another example I'm going to give you so that we keep practicing before we go into our workbooks is I have these nifty little foam pieces, okay? They are all the same shape. They're a cylinder, kind of like a can shape, but they are all different colors. So the first thing I could do is how could I sort them? Since they're all the same shape, I really can't sort them by shape, right? That wouldn't really work because then they would all be together in one group. But if I wanted to make groups, how could I sort them? By size? Well, I don't know. They all look like they're the same size. So let's just check and make sure. Okay. Yeah, they're all the same size. So size probably isn't going to work either because, again, they'll all be one group. There is one definite way that we could sort them. Right, we could sort them by color. So let's start. Let's make a group of yellow. Sorry, I'm not trying to go off too far off screen here. Make a group of yellow. I can make a group of blue. I can make a group of green. And I can make a group of red. Very good. All right, now I sorted by color, but what I really want to do is I want to sort by count. So let's take a look at our yellow. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Do I have another group that has 3 in it? Yes, I do. The green group. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to move them over there with the yellows because they both have 3. They're not the same color, but they do share the same count. Let's take a look at the reds. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have another group that has 4 in it? Yes, I do. I have the blue group. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could put the blue and the red together, even though they're different colors, because they have the same count. And I can do the same thing with the yellow and the green. They both have 3, so that's what makes their groups alike. Okay, now we'll try one more thing. I have my bugs here. Okay, got all different kinds of bugs here. Okay, now the bugs are all different, but again, different shapes, different sizes, not a whole lot the same about any of them. But the first thing I could do is I could sort by, right, let's sort by color. Color sometimes is probably one of the easiest ways to start when you're sorting, because that way you know you can make your definite groups. Okay, so I've got my yellows there, which look like spiders, so you can see them. And then I've got a group of blue, like a dragonfly. So I've got them. Then I got these little red worms. I'll put them right here. And then I got my orange. I think they're like a grasshopper. Can you see him? He's real cute, a little grasshopper. All right, so I got my green, my orange right there. All right, so now let's take a look. Let's count our groups. Let's count our yellow spiders. 1, 2, 3. Let's count our wiggly red worms. 1, 2, 3. Let's count our blue. 1, 2. Hold on. Sorry, let's count our blue. 1, 2. And let's count our grasshoppers. 1, 2. Very good. I just realized there was someone in there that was not a grasshopper, it was a bee, so I didn't want him in there anymore. All right, so I want to make groups that are alike. So I'm going to make groups alike by what? Counting, right. So if I look at my group of 3 spiders, do I have any other group that has 3 in it? Yes, my 3 wiggly worms. So they are not the same. They do not look alike. They don't have the same shape. They don't have the same color, but they both have 3 in their group. So that makes them alike. Let's look at our blue. Okay, let's look at our blue dragonflies. Let's count them. 1, 2. Do I have another group that has 2? Yes, I do. I have the orange grasshoppers. 1, 2. They're not the same shape, not the same size, nor are they the same color, but they do share the same count, which makes their groups alike. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our math workbooks. Sorry, you just got a very close up of Mrs. Rooney. We're going to go into our math workbooks right now, and we're going to practice what we were just working on. We're going to practice sorting by count. So I'm going to ask you to open up your math book page to 565. Okay, you're going to see this plate with the vegetables on it. We're not going to work on this page because we just did a lot of sorting by counting together. But what I am going to ask you to do, like you always know you do, we're going to write our name on that front page. Just because Mrs. Rooney loves to see your name, but also because I like you to practice your names, okay? Great, so go ahead and do that. Or if you need to pause for a second, go ahead. Then I'm going to ask you to turn the page and put your finger on the blue number 1. Okay, put your finger on that one right there for me. All right, let's take a look at the recycle bin. We're going to decide how we're going to sort the bottles. Okay, and we're going to use X's like we've done on the other pages to show how we sort. But let's look at the counts. Let's count first. Let's count they look like paint bottles maybe. All right. So let's count the groups. Okay, so we're gonna have two different groups. Let's count the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count this group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's count this group. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's a little different. These two groups had 4. Let's count this group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it looks like they're making groups that have 4 and 3 in them. How did they decide to sort? That's right, they decided to sort by making groups of 4. So let's go ahead and let's trace the X's that they used, or that they did, to show how they sorted. They said, we're going to sort by groups of 4. Okay, very good. Okay, now let's go down to number 2 in the blue circle. Okay, we're going to do more sorting. Looks like we're at the food store here. Looks like we're buying mac and cheese. All right, let's take a look. Let's count our groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're counting with me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it looks like we have two different groups of mac and cheese. Some groups have 4 in them and some groups have 3 in them. I want you to decide. Well, let's do the first one together. Let's sort by, since we did groups of 4 up here, down here, why don't we sort by groups of 3? So let's take our pencil and we'll do this one together. Okay, let's put X's on the groups that have 3 in them so we can show that we were sorting by groups of 3. And then the groups that are left over are the 2 groups that have 4 in them. Okay, all right, so I think we're ready to go. Let's take a look at the next page. Put your finger on number 3 in the blue circle. All right, so let's take a look. We're changing light bulbs, okay? So we have groups of light bulbs. What I would like you to do right now is I would like you to count the number of light bulbs in each group, okay? And I would like you to show me how you decided to sort. Now, you might choose something different. You might choose a different way than me, but that's okay, because what I want to make sure is that when you sort, you make sure you have the same count in all of your groups. So go ahead and do number 3 in the blue circle by yourself. Okay. Now let's take a look at number 4 in the blue circle. We have another recycle bin. People are very busy with their recycle bins. I want you to count the group of water bottles in each group and show me how you would sort. Which number would you sort by? Okay, so you go ahead and do those 2, and I'm going to do mine right now. Okay, this is how I decided to sort the light bulbs. I decided to sort by groups that had 3 in it. Could you have sorted by groups that had 2? Absolutely, and if you did that, you are right. What you can't do is have groups of 2 and 3. So you had to choose one or the other. But if you chose to sort by groups of 2, absolutely fine with me. All right, now take a look down at the recycle bin. How did I decide to sort? Right, I sorted by groups that had 4 in them. Could you have chosen the groups that had 2 in each? Absolutely, you would have just put X's on those instead of the ones that I did. Okay, all right, just ask Mom and Dad to check over that and make sure that you didn't have any confusion with that. And then I'm going to ask you to go ahead and turn to the Brain Builder page. This is a fun page. All right, now on this page, put your finger up at the top, number 5 in the blue circle. We have groups of food from the food store. We have a group of bread. We have some fruit in a cup. We have some cans, probably some soup there maybe. Some cereal, it looks like. We have a group of corn, and we have ketchup bottles, okay? What I would like you to do is I would like you to count the number in each group. Count how many breads there are, count how many fruit cups, count the cereal, count the cans, count the tomato or the ketchup, and count the corn, okay? Count each of those groups right now. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to decide whether you're going to count or whether you're going to sort. Let's look at the breads, because this page can be a little tricky because they throw something in here. So I'm going to work through this with you. Let's count the breads. 1, 2, 3. Let's count the fruit cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count the soup. 1, 2, 3. And let's count the cereal. 1, 2. Let's count the corn. 1, 2, 3. And let's sort and count the ketchups. 1, 2. So it looks like most groups either have 3 or 2 in them. There's one that had way more than the others. And in order to make a group, you have to have more than one thing in it. So let's go back and let's take a look at these fruit cups. We said there were 6 fruit cups. Do we have 6 in any other group here? We do not. So can we really use the fruit cups when we're trying to when we try to sort on this page? The answer is no, we can't. All right, so we're not even going to worry about the fruit cups right now. So what I want you to do is I want you to decide whether you're going to sort by groups of 3 or if it has 2 in the group. So take a look and go ahead and draw X's on what you would put, how you would sort. Are you going to sort by 3 or are you going to sort by 2? Okay, so I decided to sort by 3. So I put the 3 loaves of bread. I said I have 3 cans of soup and I have 3 things of corn. So I did by 3. If you decided to do by 2, then yes, you would have put X's on the cereal and X's on the ketchup. Okay, and again, we wouldn't be putting that group of fruit cups in because there's 6 there, and I don't have any other type of food that has 6 in it. Okay, so just ask Mom and Dad to check over this page with you to make sure if everything looks good. You can go ahead and put a star on that page, and then you did a great job. That was tricky, and when we sort by count, our groups aren't going to have the same thing. They're not going to be the same size. They're not going to be the same shape. They're not going to be the same color. But what they are going to do is they're going to have the same count in it. So today we counted all different kinds of groups, and we made sure that if we put them together as groups, it was because they had the same number in it. All right, you did a great job on math today. Thumbs up. Make sure you worked your neatest on it. Have Mom and Dad look over it. And then I will see you later on. All right, take care. Bye-bye.